But I'm gonna talk a little bit about things that you get secondhand.
Okay.
Because I know some people are weird about this. I am not. And my mom has always told me, if someone gives you 20 things and you only get one item out of that thing, that's
free.
one item you didn't have. So
Okay.
why not just look at all of it, right? You never know. It's always like, and I've gotten, and you've even gotten, we've gotten great things from hand-me-downs or secondhand.
Yeah, and the reality is, I mean, before I met you, just the thought process with regards to stuff, I was a person who was definitely organized when it came to my money and putting it down, but I felt a certain way about stuff that was used or someone else had, or just the thought process of someone would see us. But when you have 5 kids and you get down to the last 2 kids, you realize, because even with you with Keone, I would say you probably spent a lot of money
on clothes.
stuff
He wasn't
that
wearing. I'm just gonna be real. He wasn't wearing hand-me-down clothes.
Right. Okay.
Keone was not.
Right.
He had hand-me-down toys though.
Right.
That's where I'm like really talking about here.
Okay.
Are like the toys. How we've gotten 98% of the twins' toys now.
Okay. And I gotta get a B-roll of these toys so you guys can see them.
Because it's literally any type of toy that you would want.
Right.
Down from superheroes.
Right.
They have bikes. They have scooters. They have Bluey. They have PJ Masks. They have Thomas the train set.
Stuff.
Like literally, and those are expensive. They're about $12 each.
Right.
They have a table and all the characters.
Right.
Did not pay for any of them.
Yeah, and then you go to the what is it? Not necessarily the Rustlers, but what are those action? They have
the superheroes.
Oh, all of the DC car.
The DC and the
right, Marvel, all of that type of stuff. So the key thing here is we have all of that stuff, but how are you getting it? Pretty much for free or next to nothing.
For free or very cheap. If I'm ever buying, it's super cheap.
Right.
So you want to utilize your groups like Facebook. Just imagine yourself. So when you're like trying to get rid of, you have a child's birthday or Christmas. I know us, like I'm trying to purge a lot of things because I know they're about to get a lot of things, especially the twins. Their birthday is a month after Christmas, so it becomes almost overwhelming, all the stuff that I'm like, oh, because not just from us, but from our family and all that.
Right.
So same with everyone else. So people are constantly getting rid of things as their child grows out of things, or as they're just, not wanting them anymore, or maybe their birthday's coming up. So there's Facebook Market is a great place. Sometimes you will find things in there for free, even though it's a marketplace. A lot of times people will put things there that are free.
Okay, so if I'm going on Facebook Market, obviously you click the little icon for the Facebook Market. Mm-hmm. How do you find something that's for free?
So usually I'm looking for something in particular. Like I remember one time I was looking for a double stroller, for instance.
Okay.
So I'll type that in and they'll give you an option to notify you if something else new pops up. So that way you see it right away if you're notified. That's how I was able to get that nice not brand new, but fairly new. Double stroller that's like $200.
Right.
Somebody was giving it away for free.
Right. Wait. So let me stop you. And the reason I'm asking this for them and for myself to a certain extent. So you mean to tell me on Facebook right now, you can search for an item and it may not be there, and then you can do something to where they'll notify you once it comes up?
Right. So it will just be like a little thing, a little bar that comes down, like notify me. Click on that. So then it will let the system know, okay, I'm looking for this item.
Right.
And you'll get notified anytime a new item that fits that criteria is available.
Up. And is this in your area? Is this, do you put a range on? So
you can put a range.
It is?
So I usually do 25 miles. I'm not about to drive 2 hours. I mean, it might be worth it for some people.
Right.
But just me personally, I haven't, because of where we live, we have such a range. So that is like Temecula. That's like Carlsbad and Oceanside. That's San Diego. So for me, it works for just 25 miles. And what you'll find is, in those nicer neighborhoods especially, I don't know if they got it for free or they just don't care, but they're giving away stuff. Well, this was just right around our corner, actually, the free stroller, like literally like 2 miles away.
Right.
So it will notify you. So right now I'm looking for instance, table and chairs. And so I'm notified. So now, like at first, you're seeing, when you first look, you might see things like that are brand new that will be shipped to you, for instance, because stores are now utilizing the marketplace. So I'll see tables and chairs for $65, $105. Obviously, that's not going to be for me because, the kids are almost too big for us. I'm looking for free or $10, $20.
Right.
So then now I'm starting to see, this is maybe a week ago, now I'm starting to see them show me $10 table and chairs, or, $20. They're a little bit far, or they require shipping, and the shipping price is $40. So I'm like, that's not a good deal.
Right. So at Facebook, you have Facebook Market. That's a place you can get it.
Yes.
And then there's some other groups and stuff, right?
And then there's actual groups.
Okay.
So depending on where you live, you just type in Buy Nothing and then the city that you live in.
Okay. So Buy Nothing.
Buy
just
Nothing.
BUYNOTHING.
Buy Nothing.
And where do you type that in? In the group section?
When you're looking for groups, wherever you search, just on the Facebook search.
Okay, and this is the same area, like if you're looking for a credit card group or any
mom
type of
group,
mom
a kid group, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a Facebook group. They're a little bit strict in terms of where you live. So you want to, if you don't know, you could always contact their admin and say, hey, I live here. Can you direct me to the right Buy Nothing? Because it's like a whole national group, but they are they're a stickler for you being in the right location.
Area. Okay.
Because even in Escondido, there's like 4 different groups within Escondido.
And it's based on your zip code.
Not just your zip code, because we're all 92026 or 92025. It's based on your neighborhood. So it's like, maybe 10 miles or whatever. They want you, it's about forming a community is what they say. So if you're needing something like, not just toys and all that, but if you're needing sugar or whatever, they want you to be able to reach out to your neighbor and say, hey, does anybody have this? Or, and it's been such a helpful group for us. I'm not a crafty person, so I remember getting my whole graduation cap. Somebody in that group made it for free.
Right.
I was just asking for supplies. Like, does anybody have, and this lady was like, I can actually make it for you.
Right.
So that's another place where I tend to give more in that group just because that's just, I don't know. But what you can do in that group too, they'll say, hey, I have this to give, and you can say, oh, can you consider me? So actually yesterday, somebody was giving away a cart that goes down the stairs, and I was like, well, that'd be perfect for my parents.
Okay.
So I asked for, I'm not sure if I'll get it, but, so you ask for what you're wanting or need, or you can ask for what they're offering, or you can gift.
Okay. So in the Buy Nothing, so then you join, just to slow it down, because
I know,
the reality is you're going because you've done it.
Right.
So
and I think I'm a little excited.
Right.
I'm like,
So you look for your groups, you put in Buy Nothing, and then from there, you can sort of kind of narrow down whether it's an admin person or you may actually find a group which is in about a 10-mile radius from you. And so how it works is you just basically look down the feed and you'll see people gifting stuff. And then obviously if you have stuff to gift, you just put a post up for it. And then if you want what's being gifted, you comment underneath the post is what I'm guessing?
right.
Okay. And then the person who's actually giving it away will choose who actually gets it. Okay.
Or you can ask for what you need. So those are the 3 ways.
Oh, okay.
You can say, hey, I'm looking for a da-da-da-da-da. Like I was looking for a cheerleading costume.
That's what I was going to get to.
And so I asked, does anyone have a costume for me to have or to borrow? And then this girl gave me her whole entire high school cheerleading set.